forward with confidence.
I still
What
think
a
it was
joke. In here with this large purchases, we got like $1,000. Miscellaneous bullshit in the hundreds. Subscriptions close to 100. Unknown shopping, typically Amazon, that kind of stuff. $300.
But no, going back to the cards, the reason I
why
stopped
don't you
paying
change
on
the
them
subject?
was
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
I had seen a Dave Ramsey post, and it was literally explaining if you're in a situation where you can't provide lights, you can't provide food.
Agree. If you're not
on your
spending money
cards.
on the other stuff.
I wasn't spending money on anything.
Buddy, I have your spreadsheet, you little tit.
Yeah. We do.
Is she your sister?
But
like,
it's
what
not
are we
anything
doing?
compared to the amount of money I make. Most of that goes to the debt and payday loans that I have to pay. That's where most of my money.
Most of it? Actually, 41% of it net.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's bullshit in here.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree with Dave because those come first. If you don't spend money on bullshit, I bet he didn't say the word bullshit, but he probably said beans and rice, whatever the,
It was just
And I
at
guarantee
that
you
moment, because up until then,
Buddy,
I've paid
I
all my
have your
cards.
spreadsheet.
No, I was just saying up until
Yeah,
the
but you
missed
still
payments I
did
have
what he
now.
said wrong. You still chose things that were not necessities.
We have. Definitely.
And you were okay with this? Because you knew about this.
Yeah, I did.
And you were okay with it?
I'm a willing participant.
I guess it's just more of we kind of give in to each other when we have extra funds and we know bills are paid up until a certain point. We need to go get stuff or things like that.
Just that freedom.
We
Little
spend
bit.
that money on that stuff.
I want freedom. Yeah, but your freedom's being delayed because
Yeah.
look, 41.9% net is what went to debt. Like, that's not freedom.
No.
You got to work to get out of this. The situation you purposefully got yourself in. You did this with
Correct.
your own choices.
Yeah.
Freedom comes getting out of this. Listen, you make the literal before taxes. Actually, you make more before taxes than the median household income in Lafayette as a single income household because of the hours you work.
Yeah.
Yes, but you make
Yeah.
more.
Well, and then one
So
thing that's
you are doing this with your spending, your choices, your
Unsure how to price your rental properties competitively in this crazy market? Avail can help you out. Avail is a complete software solution made for landlords like you. With Avail, you can price your rental competitively. Get it rented fast. Receive applications and screen tenants. Sign a lawyer-reviewed lease. And securely collect rent. All online. Sign up for free today at avail.co and start landlording like a pro.
All right, guys, welcome. Today in staff meeting, we're talking about safety. It's important to me. But this summer, click it, don't risk it, okay? Hey, look, not only can you get a ticket for not buckling up, you can get seriously injured, and no one wants that.
Dude Perfect here, guys. We want you to be safe this summer. Remember, buckle up. Click it or ticket. See ya. That was a good one.
So it's all on you.
So like pretty much also we live in affordable housing. So like currently right now we pay
Makes it even
1092.
easier.
Well, it's an income limit. So when we applied for it, the threshold was like for a 3 income house, it was like 45,000, and I made 42 with her income.
And we were
combined
only
last
really
year.
qualified because we had
And we had so that, got us, a little extra income, but
Well, I do have good news. The average rent for a 2-bedroom apartment in Lafayette, Louisiana is $1,175. Congratulations, you guys aren't going to be.
yeah, but most of them
It's
are
all your
horrible.
choices. Again, this is not another excuse. I have data at my fingertips. All you got to do is look. And guess what? It's an infinite. I understand the one of the 2-bed, but maybe we 1 bed for a bath while we get out of the debt. Maybe we 1 bed for a year even, while we get out of debt. What? White eyes?
oh
What?
God, no.
She-
not a
she needs at least a
one-bedroom.
What
3-bedroom.
sacrifice are we willing to do to get out of debt, though? Because then you can have a 3-bedroom. I'm talking a year.
Okay.
Well, it doesn't technically really need its own space. You kind of do. Yes, I get that. But also just make the bed the living room, their bedroom the living room.
But
You
yeah,
know?
no,
On the
pretty much
couch?
with the
No, I'm saying the crib and stuff.
Oh. That's horrible. No, that just
It's
looks
not-
weird.
listen.
It makes the house look horrible.
I don't give a I care about the future of the household. This is a 1-year sacrifice, and I'm not even saying you have to do this. You can afford the 2-bed. You know, the average 2-bed there, $1,175, which you were going to complain that your rent was about to go up, right? Right? No, it's not.
We're getting less
just have to
space
move
though. So
Oh no.
We also have a dog.
yeah. And it's
What
like
the
everything laid out is literally.
Guess what? I got a dog when I only had my own room in an apartment where I shared it with a roommate. It's okay.
Well, we got a dog because someone broke into our house while me and we were
Okay.
sleeping. Me and our daughter
Sure.
were sleeping.
I get it. I didn't say it's bad to have a dog. I don't care. I love dogs. What?
Good.
I don't know.
It
What the
has
fuck?
to be done.
Cool. I'm not against this. I don't know why you're bringing that up.
I guess she's more bringing it up because we've recently got the dog a few months ago, even
Yeah.
though we're in all this debt.
Guys,
So
the
just some
average
cash
rent
on
is
that.
less than 30% of your net income. It's totally within your limits. I don't know
I know.
what we're complaining about and trying to make an excuse about. No, it is your choices that is keeping you here. So shut the fuck up. Take some responsibility. My goodness, guys.
Got it.
That's for a 2-bedroom. You'll be fine.
That's so small.
Well, our rent.
No,
Well,
I'm
what are you
talking
in
about a
now?
2-bedroom. We're in a 3-bedroom, 2
Two
bath.
bath.
Oh my guys, you don't need that. You don't even need 2. It is much better
No,
than
and if
one
we
for your
move
situation.
into a 2-bedroom, we have a washer and dryer and a couch, and it's a big sectional. That couch won't fit in some of the apartments that are so
I
small.
don't give a you get a couch off of Facebook Marketplace.
What am I
Your
supposed to do with my
resistance
couch
to the-
now?
Sell it.
You sell it.
But
you
I paid
dumb.
for it.
I don't give a everything you sell, you will have paid for most likely. I don't care. Buddy, I'm trying to save you a monthly cost so you can survive. Right now, you're talking about how you're not paying your credit cards to pay utilities. Shut the fuck up. I don't give a shit. If you're not willing to make changes, there's no hope for this conversation. Good luck with this one.
But I want to
what-
have to like pay for a couch in a new house or something. Like it's easier to just
used,
buy that already.
used. You don't pick the rich area, which I don't know if there is in Lafayette.
There is.
Congratulations. Pick that area on Facebook Marketplace. They're getting rid of it. They're just getting rid of it. And the time worth selling their couch, you know, is better spent just getting rid of it than actually trying to sell it and make money. Okay? That's what you do. So that's what me and my friends do here in Austin. Find the rich zone, Facebook Marketplace there. That's where you get all the goodies. Okay? 2-bed. That's a downgrade. I don't give a compromise with 2-bed. You'll be fine. Okay, I'm gonna go 3, 2, 1, go. This is way too long of an introduction, but you guys are just so far immovable rock, which makes me very nervous because this is a lot. All right, I'm gonna go 3, 2, 1, go. On go, I want you to give me your household financial score from both of your perspectives at the same exact time. 3, 2, 1.
0.
Okay, you think you're a little better, you think you're worse, but you're not willing to change. This guy makes a lot of sense. All right, cool. If you want your Hammer financial score, go to calebhammer.com, take the assessment, see where you stand. You can also go to the link in the description below. You can also apply there at calebhammer.com/apply. And if you don't want to turn out like these, I'll tell you how. Download my budgeting app, link in the description as well. Anyone who signs up for the annual version, we will send you the cookbook signed right to your doorstep. What you guys get for free. Congratulations. Take
I'm
advantage
excited
of the
about
premium
that.
version. You better.
I
It's like,
am.
it's the tool you need. Okay. Everything's automated.
He loves to cook.
I do. That's one thing that has, I mean, since we've been scrounging for money, because in our house, we've spent money
What do
on
we do though when he's not there for
DoorDash and all
dinner
that
because of
stuff.
work? For 5 days
Leftovers.
a
Full
week?
meal prep.
Yeah,
God.
so like,
Oh, something actually reasonable after
because we spent a
40
lot of
minutes
them
of bullshit.
on a lot of the cards is from when we just had open credit limits and would go eat
Yeah.
out and stuff.
We're about to start going through them. Discover it. What's up with this?
First card.
And what's up with it?
I got that one when I was 18. That was actually, I opened it up on my 18th birthday. I would always kind of watch, financial videos on YouTube and stuff like that. So just to kind of have an idea.
911. What's your emergency?
I'm calling to report a missing person.
Who's the person in question?
Me. Let's play a game. I'll hide, you seek. If successful, I'll reward you generously.
Unconfirmed sightings of the GX Man have been reported all over the world. The GX man just passed me in the street in Malibu.
Yeah, a man in a red suit just bought like all the oil in our store.
I went on a blind date with the GX man. He gave me a fake number.
Authorities advise downloading Opera GX to find him.
My VPN means I can be in multiple places at once. I can mod my look at the click of a button. Am I the dude standing next to you? The woman walking her dog? Maybe I'm the dog. Oof. I'll block any ads attempting to promote the manhunt. Your time starts now. Play the GX Manhunt at GeoGuessr. Find me and get a reward.
Chevy is called the heartbeat of America, like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, dependability comes standard.
Who'd you watch?
I don't even remember at this point.
It's probably Graham Stephan. He's
Some,
usually a
yeah,
credit
some
card
Graham
guy at that
Stephan.
time.
Some
None of
like
them
a
advise doing
smaller
what you have
guy.
done.
No, not at all.
Correction finance YouTube and ending up like this.
So
My
the
gosh.
first like 6 months, that because it was a secured credit card, I paid the $200 every single month. And then
what was the minimum monthly payment on this before you started getting late?
minimum monthly payment, like
Come on, head of finances.
70.
Okay, well now it's at 317, so I'm gonna put it at 70 because we're gonna catch up. This is f***ing stupid. It's 313 right now because you're just not paying on it because we're choosing everything else that we're gonna go over throughout this conversation that you have put on it. $42 of interest, $41 of fees. Fees that you're endlessly stacking. Oh, for that, it is almost $300 over the credit card limit. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah. What do we think?
How does that even happen? Interest?
Interest. It was maxed out, and we
Interest
haven't paid
fees
it.
and not making a payment. What do you think? You're not making a payment. You are okay with not making a payment. You are okay with that. You have enabled.
Well, I'm not okay with it. I don't have the money either to do it. Like,
I don't. He don't. Why the are we not together? Okay, pure and simple. We could end the conversation here. We're not going to, but we could. Here it is. Combine your finances, and if you don't, if we keep this mine, you guys are never gonna make it. This is a fun one. I get to get you free money, and then I get to get myself free money. It's a pure win-win for both of us. What do you have to do? Sign up for a SoFi High Yield Savings account and get a welcome bonus of $300. Sign up for Acorns using my link and get $20 instead of the usual $5. Finally, sign up for Silo and earn up to $5,000 in cash back on your own stocks. These offers have been negotiated to give us both more money than using traditional sign-up methods. So use the links in the resources section of the description below and get yourself $5,320 right now. There you go.
We need to combine our bank accounts.
100%.
Yes. Why didn't
she
you?
She also says that she doesn't want to close hers when I say just
you don't have to close
join
it.
mine.
No, I'm okay with having like a spending account or something, but let's have the main bills and everything go through the joint. Incomes hits the joint. And then if we're able to allocate personal spending, we can allocate that to our personal checking accounts. You guys don't really have spending money right now because apparently, according to you, you can't even afford utilities. So tax. You don't have spending money. So this is your credit card. Okay. So you opened it forever ago, trying to be a little finessey with all the points and all the sign-on bonuses, right? Yeah. You're not credit card people. You're the opposite of credit card people. You can't manage a credit card to save your life. Don't be credit card people. Don't try to be.
Okay. They just make it look so good.
Easy.
Yeah, and then you just make it look so $300 over the limit.
Yeah. And it's also like when they increased that limit, it went up to 1,800, and then it's like you have more spending, and then at that point, your credit's good enough, and then that's when I was opening up my other cards, and then
listen, let me advocate for Finance YouTube real quick, and it's not always perfect, but there is not a single fucking credit card channel in the world that is not very clear about that you need to pay it off every single month. That is the only way to make this work. So will they make it look so easy? No, you just manage it. You budget. You just be an adult. And clearly you have been incapable of being an adult with your debt, which means you should never open a credit card again until you guys are 100% knowledgeable about where every single dollar, every single cent goes. Once you know that, then you can manage a credit card. But look, you're not even making your payments, man. Not even making your payments. And it started with that Costa Rica trip?
Yeah.
Was this hard?
At that time,
540 credit score. Good luck getting the house
it
for our
got
kid to grow up in.
it got
Exactly.
increased the limit, and then I was able to open up some other cards. And me and her had just graduated high school, and we wanted to go on a vacation. I had went to Costa Rica when I was 13, so I wanted to show her it. You know, we had been together for so long, and we planned on moving out eventually from my parents. I wanted to take a little vacation, and we went. And
I got a promise ring.
we spent about like $5,000 on that trip. About $1,000 of it was
He promised
paid
to
cash.
never pull out. Lived up to it.
Amen.
But yeah,
you're really gonna have it forever, kids, right? It's just kids until you're just no longer medically able to.
I'm getting a vasectomy.
Okay, there you go. That might be the way to do it. But you know, at your guys' rate, that means we're probably having a kid like next year.
Hopefully, no more scares.
Hopefully, like 2 years.
Hopefully, but not with the way you practice. Okay, TMI, but I don't give a fucking. Already have permission. You guys fuck a lot. Okay, then a kid is probably gonna come.
Well, it's like he pulls out, so like it's safer.
But look, we literally have a child. Do we not have a child?
No,
Well, no, at that
we
time
had
I wasn't-
slips up.
I was.
Yeah.
What if he slips up? Slips in, slips up.
The goal's not to. Wait a little
Okay,
bit.
guys. Oh my.
A little bit.
So we're having a kid next year, and then a kid the year
Not
after
next
that,
year,
and we
wait
can't
another
even
year.
afford to have a single kid. So good luck. We're not paying our credit cards on choice. How's the job market in Lafayette? Because it's in a declining state.
Horrible.
And
Yeah.
honestly, exactly. So why are we in Lafayette? Why aren't we moving to?
We want to get out of there.
Yeah, why aren't we moving to like Houston
we
or
have
something?
debt.
That's what we're thinking about. But
Yeah, but
that
there's
right
We need
now-
to get rid of
opportunity
that
there.
first.
Not necessarily. There might
It's
be
an
more
income
opportunity
opportunity.
there. You're in a declining city in a declining
my
state.
positions in Houston and Austin, same position pays $5 to $10 more an hour.
Well, okay, yeah, but cost of living is
It's a
higher in
little
those
higher,
areas.
but still.
But I'm looking for future job opportunities probably outside of the fast food world, unless you're actually getting into that store manager position.
I am like active in like going to leadership events and stuff.
Okay,
with
well, keep
Chick-fil-A.
that up. That's actually pretty
I
good.
am.
I like
I've
that.
been working there since I was 17.
Make those connections. I mean, it is a pretty good place to
and
get
our
up.
new
Maybe you could be a
operator's
franchise
really good.
person.
That's where I've kind of gotten all the opportunity
Do you
from.
like the operator?
Our new one, yes.
Okay.
He's
The old
better.
one was horrible. He was the one that first
And
owned
then
the
they
ones in
sold?
Louisiana. Well, he could only own 3, and he built a new location on the South Ridge side and got
Took
that
that
one
one.
and gave up ours. He never
Listen,
cared about our
Lafayette,
store.
Not really in a good place again. It's just like
No.
It's starting to
Alexandria
boom.
shit, Baton Rouge, just New Orleans is kind of it's a cool place.
It's
but
considered to be a city in the U.S.
Which one?
Lafayette, where we're from. Look up the happiest city in the United States. I think Lafayette will come up.
He thinks.
Or what it's called. I've seen it before.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, not to defend.
Are
the
you sure
shit
you
I'm in.
didn't see the highest suicide rate? I'm just not 100%.
The highest. might be
Fairmount,
true.
California ranked the highest.
Never
Oh.
mind.
Mm.
It's interesting. Worst, Shreveport, Louisiana, real close.
Don't go there. Don't go there.
Happiest cities: Fremont, California; San Jose, California; Madison, Wisconsin; Overland Park, Kansas; and San Francisco, California. Worst:
Interesting.
Detroit, Huntington, West Virginia; Shreveport, Louisiana; Cleveland, Ohio. I would be from Ohio as well. I would just end it all.
North Louisiana
Montgomery, Alabama. So I don't know what the you're talking about. Declining job market, declining state.
It might have been
declining
a
everything.
local news station. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Now, obviously, the kid was born last fall. Have we had a scare since then?
No.
No.
A little spooky scare?
Well, I'm breastfeeding, so it's like a natural.
Yeah,
like,
but it's
stops
not
your period.
100%.
It's not
No.
100%.
But it
Okay.
helps.
Okay.
Anything that helps.
Well,
Besides the condom.
are you anti that?
We're both anti-condom.
It makes it awkward.
Southern sex ed, ladies and gentlemen, makes it awkward. Okay, guys. Like, fucking, ooh, we are. There are babies coming, ladies and gentlemen.
They're going to be beautiful.
It's okay. We have a declining birth rate. We got to have irresponsible people somewhere.
I'm not
Apple
gonna
Card,
make
what's
the
going on with
babies.
this one?
So that was actually one that I opened up after my Discover. They like had instantly
So
gave
this
me
is
a-
yours again.
Yeah,
Okay.
it gave me like a 3,000 limit, and that at the same
That shouldn't
time
matter if you're a responsible adult.
I had opened it before our Costa Rica trip, so all the hotels and stuff I had put on those.
And how much of this is going to be fucking stupid Costa Rica? And it can't even be 100% because guess what? The other one wouldn't be over the limit if it was just Costa
Yeah.
Rica. And then since then we made our minimum payments because you wouldn't be at the limit. You'd be under the limit. Okay. How long do you think until the last card is paid off if you make minimum payments only without making purchases? Which, one, you're incapable of when you have room to spend. And two, you're incapable of also making your minimum payment. But go ahead. Let's pretend perfect world. You make your minimum payment, don't purchase. How long does it take to pay off?
Probably 20 years.
30
On
years?
some of them.
11 years, which is still
Oh.
horrendous. But
Yeah, it's still horrible.
17 years
is
for
a
this
long
one.
time.
A $528 minimum fee. But that's what's it normally? I'm assuming this is because it's also
150.
late. You're making it worse, though. Okay. How about this? Tell me what your plan was. Because we've been not paying for 2 to 3 months. What was our plan? Because the catch-up was insane. The catch-up payments on these would be insane. So what was the plan?
Well-
Obviously, you don't have a plan because you don't know a single fucking thing.
Hopefully soon I can pay off a little bit on the payday loans, and
That's our
that's
plan.
what's ripping me off.
Our
'cause-
plan is making payments that we're not paying. Come
Well,
on. How are we making payments? What was your plan going to be?
pay
Using our
off
tax
the-
return?
Pay off the payday loans as fast as possible because those are taking out, like one of the payday loans is taking out like $800 a month,
With the
$400
Are
tax
you
return.
making payments on the payday loan?
on the payday loan. Yes,
Okay.
payday loans are
Tax
all.
return?
Yeah.
I appreciate. Has it hit yet?
We're waiting on it.
How much?
It's going to be like 4.5.
Child tax credit. Yes.
Hell yeah.
And I'm going to use some of that for
The
one
Southern
of the
United
loans.
States, ladies and gentlemen, every single time. Whew. Yikes. Is that the only reason we kept it to term?
Capital what's the term?
Oh my fuck.
Yes.
Lindsay's covering her face. She can't even. What the fuck? Nuke, Louisiana.
¿Vienes con los niños? ¡Ay, buenísimo! ¿No viene el tío Paco? Si viene,
Tu casillo rompimos. Hemos vuelto.
Mesas extensibles con fácil deslizamiento. Disponibles en Ashley.
Let's just call it. Let's call it. Let's go down to 49.
49 what?
Oh, f- oh, f-
What?
Jeez, kill me now. Lindsay, what have you brought into my office? Stay at Chick-fil-A. And that's not a bad career. That's not an
I
insult.
love hospitality.
I'm just afraid of you being on something different and interviewing for it. Okay. So the Apple Card, what were we putting on there? What's even the limit on the Apple Card? Do we know?
It was 3, but then it got up to 4.
And now we're at 426, so we're above the limit.
Yeah. General
I mean, I'm told
spending-
we're getting like air fryers and appliances and washer and dryer and dresser and TV and dining table and chairs. $1,000 for that, $3,000 for the other, $800, $500 for decor.
Well, that was spent all after, so we spent all that afterwards.
Yeah, but closer to today.
After I got back from Cali and she was paying the cards and I had got a job back at Chick-fil-A, I was making good money because I was a manager before I got
People in
demoted. So
California call it Cali.
I tried to.
I was going to say, I've never heard anyone in the world except for these two call it Cali,
Cali.
but we're very stuck on the Cali.
It's Cali.
California.
California is just too long to say.
Yeah, but it's also what everyone else says. Okay, go ahead.
I
Cali.
guess.
And I started
When
doing.
words are hard, we do try to keep them.
Well, I started
short.
doing the snowball method, and I was able to pay down my utilization from like 80% to about like 45.
He knows the snowball method, ladies and gentlemen. He knows the Dave Ramsey. He knows the financial audit. He knows the credit card channels. Yet he takes the information and he's like, oh, people have changed their lives with that. Let us do the opposite.
I guess it's just more when we would impulsively want to go on a date or go and buy something at the store. Like there was a time where we were spending a lot of money on like squishmallows and stuffed animals, and she would think it was cute. It's like a stuffed animal. They're
It's
cute
like
and
this
they're
big
huge,
stuffed
but they're like
animal and they're super
$30 a
soft.
piece.
Maybe focus on the fucking sentient being in our house
Well,
instead
we
of
didn't have her then.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it was definitely coming the way you guys were doing things.
definitely.
Listen, the decor in your house was just ended 2023. It's like
Well, she has to decorate all the space in the house.
has to. That's a
Well,
need
yeah, 'cause then it would
for
be-
survival.
It makes it a home. I
You
wanna
guys
look at
live there.
empty
A roof
walls.
over your head is what matters. You guys, instead of a roof over your head, you're over your credit card balance limits. That's where we are. Okay. And I think
Got it.
maybe financial security for the sake of our kid is more important.
At the time, I just wasn't thinking about that. I wasn't thinking about the future,
Uh-huh.
clearly. But at that time, I was in a mindset, you have high limits, you have income, the minimum payments aren't that bad, so you think you could just spend. But then once you spend, it gets to this point.
Because yes, you're not spending on these first two credit cards, but you're already $300 over on both. You can't spend.
No.
You would still be spending if you could. Like that has not changed. Let's not try to be this has been. Listen. You would be doing it today. Your behavior has not changed. In fact, you've just deferred to something worse. Fees. Bull that's going to hurt your credit eventually.
More money.
Well, huh?
More money.
Having to pay, yeah.
Huh?
Having to pay more money.
Yeah,
More
so you have to
money.
pay. Okay. Yep.
Just going further and further into debt, like with the late fees and the interest.
Listen, I'm thrilled you agree with me on that point. Everyone would. You walked in here with that and did nothing to change that, not even a day before. So what the agree with me all you want to look good, but you guys are doing this.
My goal with my next paycheck, though, is to make sure, because I know after like 3 months they close, I'm going to try to keep them all, caught up to the point where they don't close. And then hopefully I get to a point where I can start chipping more. I've been working more hours, so some of my checks have been upwards of more than 2,000, around 2,100. And then her working now, she said she's going to start, helping catch up on the cards and stuff like that.
Well, when we get back, we're getting a joint bank account to start.
Yeah.
That's going to be our start. And writing down everything.
Yeah. Actually having a budget, because the only budget we ever used is make sure the bills were paid, even though they
How
were
much
all
do you
weren't
budget
paid.
on this
We don't
2018 TikTok dude haircut?
We don't budget at all.
I mean,
We
I know
don't
that
budget.
perm's expensive.
It's not
What?
a perm. This is all
Really?
natural.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Well, no, yours looks real.
Yeah. How does mine not look real?
Because it's almost just like too much.
Well, he,
It's just product in it, but
As
my hair
a-
is natural. I just cut it too short of it. My hair was like almost
Okay,
her
we're not
length.
talking about hair. I don't give a I was making a little joke.
finances.
Yeah.
Whew, I can get these guys to go down any rabbit hole, except for the ones where they pay off their debt and take any kind of responsibility. $84 of interest accruing at 26.24% interest rate. Huh?
Continue.
I heard something.
I just, I'm just,
What, at the fees?
yeah. Just in disbelief, that's all.
I feel like you guys communicate with each other in some language that none of us know.
We can like communicate without talking.
You ever feel yourself avoiding your finances because it feels overwhelming? Many of us do the same thing when it comes to our mental health. It piles up like unpaid credit card interest, and trust me, it'll cost you down the line. And that's why I've partnered with Sondermind, your all-in-one mental wellness solution that empowers you to take charge of your own mental health. They start by expertly matching you with the right therapist or psychiatry provider that meets your criteria. They also make it easier than ever to maintain your progress between sessions with expert-backed self-care resources like guided meditations, daily reflections, and more. But the best part, Sondermind works with most major insurance companies across the country, so you don't have to choose between your well-being and your budget. Mental health isn't a luxury, but it is necessary, just like having an emergency fund. So start investing in your mental well-being today. Check it out at sondermind.com/Caleb or click the link in the description below to get care from people who care.
Marketing automation meets AI. Effortlessly generate on-brand content. Unlock hidden opportunities. Hit send when it matters most. AI ensures you never miss a beat. And it's free to get started. Visit activecampaign.com.
I guess we've been together for so long. You just so connected to a person by blood.
Wait,
What are you?
Capital
Hell
Ones.
to the no.
We're not in Alabama. We're in Louisiana.
Always defer to the next one down the ladder.
Oh my.
$854.91 with a minimum monthly payment of $81. No, what's the normal one? Because again, this is fees.
Probably around 40. It was like 30. All the capital ones were at like 35, 40.
Again, no spending. Why? Because we're $50 over the credit limit. $854.91 is the balance. Credit limit, $800.
How many are you behind on?
Okay, so she doesn't
on all of them.
So she doesn't know. Is she not allowed to know, or
No.
what's happening?
It wasn't until recently
said
that I
no?
told her that
No,
I stopped paying
it's
on the
not
credit
that.
cards.
It's just we just don't have conversations about our finances. We really don't. We just take care of
Okay.
our own bills.
Listen, we kind of already went over the why he thinks he's not bringing it up. Again, I think I asked this, but I didn't get an answer. Why don't you try to take some initiative and ask?
I just have other things to worry about.
Yeah, I think
That's where
whether
my
or not we
mindset is.
lose the roof over our head and have food on the table is a pretty important one.
Also,
Diapers for the kids, pretty important.
and the development of my child is also very important to me.
Which we need money to do. So
And care and love and
care and love. It's hard to give that without a roof and food and water and utilities and electricity and
right.
everything.
Basically.
Car to transport them in. So why the have you not? You just don't care. You don't care.
I'll ask every now and then, but
So what's the ask?
Just how much is on this card? How much is on that card?
How does this conversation go typically?
I mean, recently, the past 6 months, it's really just been no conversation because they were maxed out. And then I was just paying minimums.
And we were just, I would just ask if we needed
you would just accept it. I
groceries
feel
here
like
and there.
you're too accepting. You're just like, because you like the dude, yay, freshly married, woo, new kid, yippee. So it's like, we're not willing to push back on anything, especially out of our fear of confrontation.
I guess I just trusted him.
Okay. And you still trust him?
Clearly not. Clearly
No,
I shouldn't.
I'm asking, do you trust him?
Not with the finances, no.
Okay, because he literally went behind your back.
Yes, I know. Very disappointing.
Thoughts?
Very embarrassing.
Embarrassed and disappointed in myself that
She
I even
literally
dug
does not
myself into this
trust
hole.
you. And it's just you're disappointed in yourself. Your wife does not trust you with money. And that's it? Little disappointment? That's all you feel?
Just regret that I even went down that hole and never had those conversations with her and never was open and honest about what we needed to do in certain situations, dire or not, when it came to finances. And I should have had those conversations and we didn't. And it was in a sense of, I guess, at the time I was justifying it to make sure she wasn't overwhelmed. But now I feel like it's going to just put us in a more overwhelmed state at this point,
How does he win back the trust?
Well, the joint account, so I can see everything that's going in and out and budgeting and making a list. Because
I can always do things behind your back there. How do you gain the trust back? Joint's great, but he can do anything behind your back.
I guess go through the statements,
There hasn't been any
And ask.
known cheating, correct?
No, God, no.
Never. Okay. Just making sure. Well, listen, you took out payday loans behind your back 4 times. So
Well, that's different than infidelity.
but it's in the same area
Financial
mentally
infidelity.
of like he was willing to do something pretty egregious behind your back.
It was in a sense of not putting stress on her, though. I didn't want to tell her, oh, we can't afford the first month's rent on
We've
our
heard
apartment.
your
We can't
logic.
even
I
get
don't
it.
give a you virtuous little defensible guy. Sure.
Still did it.
You still did it.
Decisions were made.
And now we're here.
Bad ones. Real bad ones.
Great. We can all agree. Fees forever, interest forever. 29.74% interest. And again, it's the date thing. It's not. A couple dates a month. I'll fucking whatever, get in a triple dipper. Like, sure, we can do that. That's okay. That's not obviously what got us tens of thousands of dollars into bad debt and not making payments. Okay, so that's not the issue. How often are we going on Well, now none. But you said dates got you into like this card's hole.
And dates and just
What were we doing?
enjoy
Eating out?
shopping.
Just
too.
how often though?
Once a week.
Where?
Once a week, twice a week.
Once a week,
This
go into
shouldn't
a
be make or
restaurant,
break.
but
Where are
like
you going? What are you spending?
we would go to restaurants, and then but before
Olive
the
Garden's
restaurants,
my
we would go to
favorite.
like
Okay, Olive Garden. That's not
go
horrendously
to
expensive.
Target, spend money there.
Also not horrendously
mall.
expensive.
Yeah, yeah.
Usually
I
not
guess it's
horrendously.
just a pile of small things that just add up over time.
Yeah,
and
if you do it a ton throughout the week. If it's once a week, it wouldn't.
Because one of our things is like always buying stuff that's like cheap or at clearance or less price, but then we buy more of it
Yeah.
or a bigger quantity of stuff, and then that adds up to be
Yeah.
more than what we would have spent
Just
somewhere
buying-
else. You
yeah.
know,
Okay, another Discover It. Does that mean this one's yours?
that's hers.
Yeah, that
Okay,
one is mine.
$9.93. Actually under the credit limit. And a minimum payment owed. Maybe you should be the one that's overcharged with the finances.
I've never had a missed payment or a late payment.
I haven't had up until now. The past.
Are you
3
ever going to
months.
give me your guys' real thoughts out of pretending like you're not afraid of confrontation? Because this dude is fucking up all the finances. You've never missed a payment. And we're totally chill. We're totally chill.
At NASCAR Technical Institute, auto mechanic training is about more than just learning skills. It's about preparing for a career that you can be passionate about with daily opportunities to do something you love. Maintain and repair cars hands-on to keep them in good condition. Whether you want to work at a dealership, repair shop, or even on the racetrack, we can help you learn what it takes. Take the next step today. Find out more about prepping for a career with technical training.
I just feel like at the point where I did kind of get information on our finances, it was too late. We were already so I felt like I had no control and I couldn't do anything
I know, but
about
it's
it.
still not making payments now.
Yeah, I know. But like I said earlier, I don't have the funds to fund him, unless my stuff's paid
it's
off.
not about that. It's about the actions he's doing affecting your household, not about what you can do. You're not advocating for yourself at all, or for the household, or for the kid. You know, it's payment
Fair.
$37. Interest accruing $21. Takes 7 years to pay off at this rate.
Yeah.
So what's up with this? Because this was honestly just stopped spending on this card pretty recently for it to be basically at the max.
That one.
What were we doing?
Your
That
mother
was
will be.
That one I used when we got married, and I used for
Okay,
our
so that was 8
daughter's
months
baby
ago.
shower.
6 months ago. Okay.
Yeah, and a little bit after for a few
Do you have
things
to pay
she
for your own
needed,
baby shower?
groceries.
Is that how that usually
we threw
works?
it at our house that we were at. We
Sure.
don't really get much
Yeah.
financial help from.
Do they
family.
usually pay for their own baby showers?
Who
well,
usually pays
yeah.
for it?
I don't know, but I've never.
Well, your mom did.
I've
pay
never
for the
pooped out
one
a
you
child.
threw at your mom's house.
Yeah.
Also, there's multiple.
There was 2.
a mixed one with
They usually multiple.
men and women, and then
Can be okay.
Yeah. Well, she comes from an
Different sides
adopted
of the
family,
family.
so there was some separation with like the one we threw was all our friends,
Well, how many
coworkers,
parents
and
do you
stuff
have?
like that.
I just have one set of parents that raised me, but I have a biological side of the family.
Did they have a baby shower?
No, they came to our second
one because we wanted to keep those
Okay.
separate.
Yeah, it was.
Why did they kill each other?
It's a mess.
No.
They
Okay.
just my adopted side just hates them.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Very healthy.
Toxic. That right there stresses me out.
He pays for a $5 rat every month.
We have a snake.
Yeah, we have a snake.
His name's
For
Bodie.
fuck's sake. You guys can't afford life, and
Yeah, but
we're
snakes are
collecting.
cheap.
Yeah, and it's not gonna fucking defend your house if someone breaks in.
We got that right after high school,
Still cool.
before debt.
It is relatively cheap unless you have to upgrade tanks, that kind of. Then it gets expensive.
We already had the tanks.
Yeah, upgrade. Sometimes they run out of space.
No, we bought a new tank for him, and I
But
probably
that was
put that on
only
one of the
once.
credit cards.
Oh yeah.
When?
That was when we were in our last house. So it was like,
Probably during the summer.
no, it was like the beginning of us being in our house. We had got a new tank.
Yeah,
Interest
because
charging
we had the chickens.
27.2%. Of course we did. 27.24% interest rate. Great. Oh, what the? Okay. You started the month above balance, above the limit. So what the fuck was happening? You must have just been spending on this card. You started the month above the limit.
On which one?
The one we were just talking.
Yeah,
Her discover
Yours?
it.
Yeah, I did. I paid it down.
What were you spent? Give.
Stuff for him.
Give.
Stuff for my daughter.
Give. Your phone.
Your Discover account.
Your phone.
It was probably stuff for the baby.
I'm hoping so, and I will vet. Oh, good. Back to your card next, I see, because there's no payment made.
Oh, the internet connection. I'm
Why
not
didn't
on
you join the
Wi-
Wi-Fi?
Just passing that way.
There was a QR code in the green room.
We didn't know.
You guys ever fight?
April?
Pass it to him. I don't know.
Do you guys fight ever?
No, we
No.
kind of try to avoid that.
I get it, but at some
But,
point,
I
it's
mean,
important to have these
Only really
tough
about our
conversations.
finances is the tough conversation. We really don't do things to piss each other off or try to nag at each
No.
other.
Well, no,
Like
that
cheating
would,
or,
well, that would be very active.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean people don't fight.
well, no. I don't know.
I mean, my concern is like that you guys aren't willing to ever have conversations at all about anything.
It is scary.
Okay, so the statement before this, here it is. There it is, $45 in spending. Credit score you 645. No, we went in the gas station and got something, and then we went to the candle smoke shop. Yeah, for the baby. Exactly.
also
And I
bought
knew that
corn.
was gonna fucking happen. And tell me it's for the baby. Yeah, uh-huh. Great. So what do you get at the gas station? Monsters or fucking smokes?
What did we get at the gas station that day? We did get a vape at the smoke shop.
Oh, good. Why live long for our child?
I don't know what we got at the gas station.
vaping?
Maybe snacks
You vaping?
I vape.
on the low. Sometimes.
Why pick it back up? You went 9 months without.
Yeah, I
hope.
did. No,
She
I
did.
did. I
Good.
did. I did.
Okay. So why not just keep it off? Why pick it back up? There's no reason to.
Mama is stressed.
Yeah, you're gonna be more stressed when you have fucking lung cancer or whatever. And
It's
you
definitely something we need to stop.
you do it a lot?
I vape too, yeah.
What you guys spend on vape?
Maybe $20 every 2 weeks, $40 a month. We'll buy one vape every check.
Buckle up or get a ticket. The risk of a crash just isn't worth it.
What's on your mind, Dion?
My sensitive skin and how Old Spice Total Body isn't on it.
Gabby, is there anything you want to share?
Not this Old Spice deodorant. It's 24/7 freshness. It can go everywhere.
Everywhere, even on my
Dude. All right. Capital One must be yours. Like I said, $645.75. Minimum monthly payment. What is it normally?
Those were usually 25.
Okay, $25. Right now, 72 because we're behind. Interest accruing. Fees being charged. Above the credit limit, $645. 700 with the limit being $601. Past due fee. Fuck's sake, what are we putting on this, dude? Looks like this card's only a couple years old.
Is that the
And we
platinum or
immediately maxed it
Quicksilver?
out. So it's Capital One Platinum, yeah.
Platinum.
I only knew about
Yes.
3 of them.
Everyday spending,
Past
gas.
due.
At that
I mean,
time,
I'm being told date nights, yes, but door dashing as well.
yeah. In our old house, we weren't cooking at all. I wasn't cooking at all. So we would DoorDash at night. I would go pick up canes at night. I would pick up food on the way home.
Especially towards the end of my
Her
pregnancy.
pregnancy,
Just the
anything
convenience.
she wanted,
No lie.
I was getting it for
Easy,
her.
convenient.
And the cards were probably
Maxed out.
80% utilization at that time when we were spending on them.
Definitely.
So we bought it to the max with all our DoorDash, and then once we were at the max, couldn't spend any more money. We decided not to make payments on them, and now fees are accruing. It's at 31.24% interest. Great. Oh, for fuck's sake, we have a credit 1. That's the worst of the worst. So that's when we know we're showed up in the mail, and you're like, yeah, let me destroy my life. Great. Oh, good. It's maxed out by over the limit, $110. So balance $410.79 with a minimum monthly payment of $62 No, that was the past due.
It was usually 30.
Usually 30. We owe double the payment plus more. Oh, no, because minimum monthly payment is now 129 because we got late fees and then regular fees and then interest and fuck you. What did you put on this? Probably more bullshit, dumb things, stupid vapes and bullshit. You just opened this one last year.
Yeah.
This one was just opened like a few months ago. What are we doing? And it's over maxed out already. You're okay with this?
No.
What are your thoughts? Because you're so passive.
I'm just baffled. Like, I just don't know what to say. Like, I'm finding this out with you.
Yeah, but you're just going to accept this forever.
No.
You're never going to push for him to change his ways because you never confront. You never confront. He's just going to be allowed to continue like this forever without you standing up and slapping him into fucking shape.
I feel like when I do confront, I just get a lot of excuses.
Well, yeah, that's always been doing this entire conversation.
So it's just...
Yeah, take some accountability for your actions. Be a fucking, adult.
I just know it stresses her out to have conversations like that. And
stresses you out.
Maybe it stresses you
me out to have those
maybe
conversations.
Maybe you're a little pussy.
I'm just...
Not a pussy.
Scared to
He's acting like a pussy.
I guess it's more of taking...
He is in his actions. You're saying he's not?
I think it's
Look,
more
he's not willing to have a conversation with you because he's scared.
I think I'm just scared to take that accountability from you and being held accountable. And
not only that, but you need to start fucking participating. You need to be checking in on the overall finances, not just a balance of one account that you want to spend on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay? You guys need to be sitting down at start multiple times a month, probably. Almost weekly, then go to bi-weekly, and then go to monthly.
Okay.
I mean, again, all this would be automated. You'd know it all if you had the fucking budgeting app.
Yeah.
It's all fucking automated. It's there. It tells you everything.
with being in so much debt, I didn't think it was a